The owners, who'd been here for 14 years, were very keen to do something for the Olympics, but they weren't too sure what that was going to be. The original concept was for it to be a corporate hospitality space in the sort of the traditional style. But we came on board in November and managed to persuade them that in fact what they should be doing was making a virtue out of what they have. You know what, being a dilapidated old warehouse in the East End of London on the wrong side of the river isn't necessarily a bad thing. And what we've set about doing is to create a pop-up space that brought together the best local artists, the best local musicians, and the local residents, and create a sort of a party for the Olympic period.
I enjoy painting in London in general, and then particularly enjoy painting in East London. I kind of feel that street art's home is kind of East London, so yeah, and it's nice and it's good. It's good that people actually see it. You know, a lot of stuff that gets painted in these like dirty, horrible places that no one really sees, and it's just a photograph that goes around the internet. But with my stuff, I try to paint it in places where people can actually see it, and yeah, this was definitely a location where people are going to come down, so yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm not so keen on kind of waving the flag for the Olympics, but yeah, you know, it's good, whatever. You know, we wanted to kind of play around with, you know, East London's kind of dirtier, kind of more grimy culture, and you know, so we used a bit of Cockney rhyming slang, and you know, we try to give it that feel. Like some of the inspiration for the painting was like old music hall posters, and you know, kind of celebrating things that were going on here. So yeah, that was definitely a big influence. And then the typography that I used, you know, it's like an old kind of circusy kind of festival type font. So yeah, I think it gives it that feel. Not so kind of computer illustrated, more kind of handmade and handcrafted. So yeah, I like it, it's cool.
Well, being a sports artist and painting about sport primarily is something that I'm very passionate about, and the Olympics is something that I sort of want to paint about. And this mural is basically a mural telling a story about how the athletes come from the fans. So basically, as you look to the corner, you've got the crowd walking up the bridge and basically turning into the athletes. And it's basically a story, a little bit similar to the sort of Bayeux tapestry kind of thing, where you've got a swimmer then turning into synchronised swimmers, then another swimmer, and then Bradley Wiggins obviously winning his gold. And obviously I've put a little tribute to him there, saying gold, and then the date, and then how many medals he's won, turning into a high jumper, basketball, and then a somersault, and then the last athlete on a podium. I can't really compare it to anything that I've ever done, because, like you say, the Olympics is the biggest, most special thing that's ever come in my lifetime to this city. So being able to produce something that can be almost a legacy of that is something special, and that's what I'm hoping this mural can be. You know, that hopefully it will sort of document our sort of time, and in 10 years' time, when people, if it's still here, if people look at it, they'll think, oh yeah, I remember where I was, you know, during the Olympics. And that's basically what all the sort of themes I'm trying to connect. It's about time. We haven't had anything to shout about for so long.
Obviously this is like,
after these shots are done.
Yeah.